Hello everyone, it's Ben Frenzy, and today I am reviewing the very first LEGO Arkham Asylum set, which came out in 2006, and this is my 100th subscriber review, so if you want to see more rare reviews like this, then consider subscribing. Subscribing really means a lot, and it helps this channel out quite a bit, so it would be great if you subscribed. Anyways, this set is number 7785. It is 860 pieces and it retailed for $80. So let's get into the review. The first minifigure in this set, of course, is Batman, and this original version of Batman looks really good in all black with the gold printing. There's not a lot to say about it. He doesn't have any back printing, which was not common back then at all, and it only has one face, which double-sided faces were also very rare back in 2006, and his face is actually pretty close to what we see in Batman figures today. So overall, pretty nice figure. The next figures in this set are the Arkham Asylum guards, since Arkham Asylum needs some guards. There's only two of them. I wish there was a third, so you could have them all around the asylum, but this set has a lot of minifigures, so I'm not going to complain about it. The faces are also really nice. I'm sure they've been used in other sets, but I don't know what. I'm going to take off these hats to get a closer look. Oh, this guy is stuck in. Yeah, I really like this guy's orange sunglasses. They look pretty good. Nightwing is a really good figure in this set, and one that I think is still today one of the better versions of Nightwing in LEGO. The printing is nice. He still has his blue lightsaber pieces as his weapons like modern Nightwings do, and this hair piece is actually really cool. It was also used in Exo-Force, which, if I remember correctly, came out the same year as this set did. Now it's time to move on to the villains, starting with the classic Riddler we all remember from LEGO Batman, the video game. You can get this variant of Riddler in two sets, being this one and the Bat Tank that came out a year later from this set. Looks really good, mostly from nostalgia. Newer Riddlers are honestly a lot better, but for nostalgia, this Riddler definitely has its value. Like the Riddler, Poison Ivy is also simplistic in this set, but I think that even today this is one of the better versions of Poison Ivy in LEGO form. Maybe not the best, but this one still has its value. I really like the sadistic, evil expression on her face. It's very accurate to her character. My favorite figure in the set by far is the Scarecrow. He is a really nice figure. He is in two sets, at least this version. This set and the Batcopter set that came out a year after this one. Poison Ivy was the only villain in this set who stayed exclusive. But I'm glad that the Scarecrow is in multiple sets, so maybe one day I can get a second version of this figure. His scythe looks really nice. They changed it up in the other set, but both look really good. His face is very, very great. It's also glow in the dark, which is cool, and the printing is very nice as well, and this by far is my favorite LEGO version of Scarecrow ever made. Most of the original LEGO Batman sets came with a bag of special accessories, which is really cool. Has 3 normal batarangs, 2 weirdly shaped batarangs that I have not had luck getting a minifigure to hold, though I haven't really tried. Pair of handcuffs, which are really weirdly shaped, and 2 guns, which look really good. One of the things I really like about this set is that it comes with a lot of stuff within it, and one of those things is like a hang glider for Batman, and I have to say it looks pretty cool. It's big, maybe bigger than it should be. Let's put Batman in here. I strongly recommend you don't have his cape on when you put him on, and there. So don't want to get his cape wrinkled, I guess. So You can angle the wings however you want. You can angle whatever this is at the bottom. There's even a sticker at the back, which isn't great. I don't really care for stickers, but I have to say this hang glider thing is pretty epic. Nightwing also gets a vehicle in this set, which looks really good. It's a traditional motorcycle, which Lego was able to detail pretty nicely. I'm glad they threw this motorcycle in here. There's some lights at the front. These could be considered weapons, I guess. There's a sticker with Nightwing's logo and some flame exhausts, and you can even put his baton lightsaber things in the back. You can just stick them in there, and that's a really creative idea Lego implemented there, so you don't have to store his weapons somewhere else. The ambulance that comes in this set is my favorite of the three vehicles. Looks really nice. Front looks okay though. Ambulance sticker is backwards, which I guess is pretty accurate to real life. Arkham Asylum sticker is on both sides, and it covers two pieces, which is annoying. Glad they don't do that anymore. You can take off the top if you want to access the interior, and there's a stretcher that you can pull out, which you can do back here by bending this and pulling it out. I really like the stretcher, as you can just put one of the villains in and transport them in the ambulance like I am doing the Riddler. Riddler is the only one who can really fit. If you want to put in the Scarecrow, you have to take his hat off and Poison Ivy's hairpiece. You can put her in this, but it's not going to shut all the way. It doesn't really shut all the way with the Riddler anyways, but Poison Ivy does an even worse job at getting this thing closed, if that makes sense. Just put him in there, close the doors, and now you can drive this thing away. It's really cool. The gate to Arkham Asylum is simplistic, but it gets its job done. Like the small plant details at the front and this rotating security camera, it's pretty nice. The sticker covers two Lego pieces. Again, I'm really happy Lego stopped doing that. And of course, the gate can open and vehicles can get through, though I will say it's a bit small since the ambulance can barely get through, which is pretty annoying, but it's alright. This set also has a watchtower, which, like the gate, is a bit simplistic, but it gets its job done, which is pretty great. Has one of these giant base plates the older sets used to have. The rest of the buildings in this set also has a piece like this. They're really cool to get. It's these structure pieces, which I'm sure you've seen before. Two ladders, which can go in weird angles if you want to do that. There's a spot for a gun and a spot for you to put something else if you want to. And this light can move side to side. It will get stuck from these gate things, but you can also lift it up and then it can go in other directions. So overall, really nice build. The first of the three main tower structures in Arkham Asylum is pretty small, but it looks really good on the exterior. All of these mini builds look really good, to be honest, and I really like these old type pieces. The biggest building of the set uses two of these, which is really cool. Has a weapon type storage place for two more of the guns, and then two clips for you to put whatever you want there. And here at the bottom is the Riddler's cell. I really love how Lego put together a bunch of bar pieces to make this giant structure type jail, and you can take this lock off to open the pieces off, and this isn't going to fall apart since it's been connected to the top of this tower. And there is the Riddler. There's even a little piece to put this sticker on it to customize the cell a bit more, and I really like that. This structure is a lot bigger since it holds two of Arkham's inmates rather than just one, like the smaller one we just looked at. Has this piece which I think was used in the original Harry Potter sets don't remember if it was the same color or not, but as a back, this part right here is a bit empty. Don't know what they could have put there, but would have been nice to see something other than a rat there. And let's take a closer look at the two cells. As you would expect, Poison Ivy's cell is completely covered in plants. There are some plant stickers at the clear dark pieces. You can take this lock off like you did with the Riddler cell to open it up. Again, it's not going to get broken pretty easily opening these up since they're secured to the top part. There's just some more buildable plants in here, and they look really good, especially for an older set. The Scarecrow cell is a bit different. It doesn't have the lock pieces like Poison Ivy's cell and the Riddler cell had. This is a print, by the way, forgot to mention that. Just opens up with a normal door thing, and there's the Scarecrow. And one really cool thing that this set did is there's an action feature with this post here with the skull and the Scarecrow hat. There's a better look at the skull. You can push it in, and the Scarecrow's door frame will completely pop off. Here's a look of the function from this side. You just push this in and the door will fall right off. Now I'm going to break off the door frame with the camera facing the cell so you could see kind of how it's like in person. Just push it off and there is the Scarecrow. The Scarecrow cell is also detailed. If you take him out, which I'm going to do, you can see some stacks of hay, and there's also a barrel which holds his scythe, and I don't know why the security at Arkham would let him keep that, but I guess the security at Arkham is a complete joke, so it makes sense in that way. One last cool thing this tower has is this stick at the top, which looks like part of the design and nothing really special, but can actually attach Batman's hang glider to it, and will just rest there, and it's really nice looking, but looks better on the main tower of Arkham, which also has a stick just like that. Now we're finally at the giant build of this set, which surprisingly doesn't take up as many pieces as you would think since there's a bunch of the other smaller parts, but you might notice these sticks are sticking out, and that may seem annoying. You can just push them in and they do things as you would think in the back, and I will show you those once we get into the interior. So let's go in there now. Before we get into the interior, just want to quickly show you some stuff in the exterior. Down here there is a sticker which says maximum security. I don't know why Arkham would even bother with a maximum security. There is no real security in Arkham except when Batman comes. And there's a stick thing up here for Batman's hang glider. Batman's hang glider looks really good at the top of this building. And there's one more action feature in the front, but I'll show you that after we get through the interior. Here's the interior of Arkham Asylum. Let's just start at the bottom level right here. There's not too much happening at the bottom level. There's a desk for a security officer to sit and do stuff at. And let's say one of the inmates in this tower is trying to escape. Well, you can just push this lever in here and this gate will completely shut the door out. This bar is blocking the way, but you can see that there are some more bar pieces covering the entrance, and I think that's a really cool feature that LEGO implemented on this level. The next level are just some cells for other characters not included in this set, being Joker, Two-Face, and Penguin. Now these cells aren't customized at all, so I really wish that these stickers weren't here so you could really put whoever you want in here. Though I guess you could leave the stickers off if you wanted to do that, but if you push this thing in here, they'll just open out all up, and that looks really good, and it's another cool function for you to play with. Finally, we're at the top of this structure, and there's some pretty nice things in here. There's a desk for one of the inmates, or not a desk, it's more of a bed. There's some weapon things here. I think this is supposed to be a torture chamber, which seems kind of messed up, but I'm not 100% sure on that. There's some printed pieces here, and you can also push this out to have better access to these tools. Another thing over here is a skull and a whip, which I'm guessing belongs to Catwoman since she had that same thing in another set from this wave. And last thing in here is this rope, and I'm going to show you what that is for right now. The front part of the roof here can open up by pulling this out, and here is the rope. You just take it out, and the idea is that inmate can be climbing it down to escape, and can close this back up. Won't close all the way, but looks like there's just some getaway rope for an inmate to climb down on. I must say, it looks pretty cool to have Scarecrow hanging from this building. That's a pretty nice scene you can make there. We are finally at the end of the review. I always get exhausted after making long reviews like this one, but to be short, this set is a definite 10 out of 10 or an A. There are few issues with this set, all of which are minor, and even with those minor flaws, you get a lot of stuff for $80 back then. There's very little to complain about with this set, and although I have a lot of sets that are larger than this one, this is still one of my favorite LEGO sets I have in my collection, and I think it is the best Arkham Asylum that we've gotten so far, even though the other two, not counting the 4+ one, are twice the size almost. This, I think, does the best job at capturing the darkness of Arkham. You can also move the different structures around to kind of customize the look of the Arkham Asylum, which is really cool. And though it would be nice if they could all connect some way, you could put them all together, I guess, if you wanted to do that. I would say anything around $300 is a pretty good price for this set. I mean, I got this set for almost $300, and I have not had any regrets. So if you are a huge Batman fan like I am, then you will definitely like this set. Hopefully one day I can get the original Batcave set, but until then, here's my review of the original Arkham Asylum. I hope you all liked it. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to wash your hands. Have a great day and Happy New Year.